I think, yeah, it's considering the record, sure, Boxy's back and everything. Very excited to see him get to play with the lads. Probably some great hero for him. I don't think it's quite up there with the other ones to do major. I really like the fact that left in.
10 seconds remaining.
Like this puck pick is
5
depending on how
seconds remaining.
itemized playstyle, they can try and... I feel like I like Liquid's lineup more up and sweep, but I can see game to then like farmed all these like I'm unkillable.
What is like the win? Like what is that time? How do you see the executing? That's what intrigues.
Take lane, take over like I'll go to be catch up where it's like Manta, act swap, or hoping to find the next item. Liquid is hitting the Liquid's game to dictate the entire pacing.
We'll see if they're able to do that. It's a nice rematch between our two grand finalists from the Lima Major. It's Liquid versus Gaimin Gladiator, game 1, and our casters.
Thank you very much, Nat. It is a rematch for sure. Lacoste, it's like...
Yeah, it's like I have such a great memory. It's like watching them play like a week ago. No,
So long ago.
Yeah, this time around it's going to be with Boxy. So this was supposed to be like that. I'm not going to say got stomped, but it was very one-sided coming up. Like the Gaimin Gladiators didn't drop a single game in the upper bracket of the Lima Major. And I'm happy that we are starting with this one.
Yeah.
Let's see what changed. Even though we did have a patch, not the biggest patch overall. So some new heroes, but we see a lot of old heroes as well. It was mostly like, nerf Lina, and the rest is just, let's add something to there so it doesn't seem like we're just nerfing Lina.
Yeah, that talent for Dazzle. Big changes, the 50 damage to 60 damage on the level 10 talent. But, it's with Boxy back in the roster, and I think everybody who's a Liquid fan with their copium, they're like, if they have a full roster, they totally would have. Well, now you're going to get your answer. This is the time. Figure out whether or not they would have done it. Obviously, the same stakes on the line, the same as the grand finals of the league.
Absolutely, and Braccia will deny his own Observer Ward, so they planted Observer Ward and the Sentry. Let's see if Team Liquid will decide to also deny their own wards, because there's going to be easy gold, easy XP for Gaimin Gladiators.
Everybody wants the easy gold, so they're going to fight it out. Ooh, gets the 100 gold. Look at that. Easy money.
Yeah, they should increase his
30
salary.
seconds to
Because after winning the major and also getting this D ward,
Very two equivalent things right there. Yeah, I agree. Definitely up the celery and get it going. So Tofu coming over. I always just love it. Celery tofu makes me hungry for some good Dota.
absolutely. And this is going to be a good Dota. Looking at the Nisha's item build coming up from the mid lane, I believe that's going to be a straight up Meteor Hammer, something that Reddit talked about, and I fiend Reddit a lot, so I get the ideas from Reddit. That's why we're on the same page. So it's a good setup. Like, you have Tornado to set things up. It also gives Invoker a bit more tower push, which he doesn't have unless he's going the Exort. Get the summons. Celery is onto something. Yeah, that's why I said
that
it.
one was 101. I mean, that's even more gold. Chef's kiss right there. Hit 2 D wards before the 1 minute mark. And then a quick blink. Good luck, have fun.
Yeah, they're gonna need some luck, because they just gave 200 gold to Rubik.
Yeah, go straight axe.
And you also have no Observer whatsoever. Look at Celery, man. He's bringing another Sentry just to be able to get stuff done. Block his big camp or unblock his small camp. For now, it's just going to be a big camp block.
Thorn in the side of Liquid already. You're talking about Nisha going for the Meteor Hammer. That channel time, obviously, a little bit lower. Actually, a lot lower. Maybe I'm underplaying it a little bit. 2.5 to 2 seconds is
it's
a lot
big
quicker.
upgrade. Yeah, for sure. It's let's see how it's gonna go. This is gonna be Quinn on his signature puck, something that he's been carrying the games pretty much, and he's been dominating the matchups. He's been really on point. I remember maybe 1 or 2 games throughout the majors, at least, that I've seen, and I've seen a lot, where Quinn like lost the matchup, but it comes down to also the
Ace might die through sword, doing some damage on Xenia, but first blood for the Dazzle doesn't even get traded. Now Tofu on the run. They're looking for a second kill, but he'll just survive with 70 health.
Not enough. He did have 6 magic stick charges and the fairy fire. not want to commit. Great start. Like, that Prophet, when you managed to shut her down, and who was the one getting the kill? Insania. Okay, give us, like you talked about, other position 5 trying to get some carry items. It might be Insania this time around. A lot of value, something that the Gunner talked about on the panel is Dazzle Shard. Like, sometimes not necessarily you want to give your position 5 the best start, but when it comes down to certain matchups, it's going to be quite a lot. And we see Boxy going to be going behind enemy lines.
Yeah, this is rough. I mean, this is just straight in their lane in between the tier 1 and the tier 2 tower. I mean, this is giving me a little bit of when you have the double scout axe builds, you just stand behind the tower and farm creeps just freely like that.
Bring 4-man shield back and side shop.
Yeah, I'm there for the side shop for sure. See some new businesses get made in this map. It's going back to what you said about Ace getting shut down a little bit here with that first death. You kind of, the Death Prophet lineups are based on just like solely taking objectives off that 6. When you get the level 2 in the Exorcism, you're going towards Roche. Like, if you slow him down, what does that do to the pace of Gaimin Gladiator's lineup? Can they rebound off that? Is there anybody else who can kind of help him maybe back in the
they
game?
do have very active mid laner. Boxy will deny himself in the meantime, but they do have Puck who can easily rotate, so that Prophet, even with the nerfs that she had in the previous patch, decreased intelligence and strat gain per level, plus also a bad start. So it's also not that easy matchup. Tofu might need to be a bit more careful.
He's been playing, a knife's edge on this lane. He's been sitting with low health a lot. And it's never fun against the Dazzle if you just get hit with a, like a level 2 poison touch. Run down.
Add reflection on top of that, so you'll always have another slow, extra damage. And they also got the first blood, as you said. You see Insania feeding off Mickey with some extra tangos. This top lane is a lot of person.
Durantio is actually the one who takes a lot of damage from Zai and almost gets run down by Boxy. Both these heroes sitting low. Zai, the illusions, trying to get the damage and will eventually succeed. You get a message in the top lane, and bottom there's a fight once again. Insania low health, Tofu falls, Insania drops into the trade. That will be a 1-for-1 over bottom.
Not too bad of a trade, I would say, for Team Liquid, where you get some solo XP, you get the kill, you get the last hit as well. So Mickey, eventually, the Terrorblade's going to be pushed out of the lane, so you want to get as many levels as possible before leaving.
You shall not.
Bottom lane. What's your objective when you win? Like, what's the biggest thing on the map for you?
As Terrorblade, just hit as many creeps as you can. Find Iron Talon. Just kidding. I don't want to see that item back. We talked about some of the neutral items. Yeah, it's going to bring the creepers back into the game. We don't want to see that.
I mean, I love Reef.
Yes, okay, please find his Dota profile ID and report him.
Please don't. Boxy has had a pretty swell time. Other than denying himself, it feels like they've put a lot of damage out. Only 12 CS though. Interesting.
This is not a core. I mean, compared to yeah, he definitely plays like a core. Boxy, he's been. I think he had a year and a half where he's been so steady, and I want to see if he's going to be disassembling Tranquil Boots or going to be too much work. Here we go. He actually does it. It's a lot of work. I already said it.
Jesus throwing it back. Lands on Zai, the chase is on for Celery. Goes through those trees and just trying to get the damage under the tier 1 tower. And that will be done with the Soul Assumption coming in from Zai.
It's an insane amount of damage that they have in this lane. You have Boxy using the Onslaught plus Trample, which gives you insane amount of damage from Soul Assumption. This setup needs to be a bit more careful. If you misuse Telekinesis. Yeah.
Going in for the Onslaught, Waning Rift, that'll silence up. Back on Tranquils? Nope, still locked. I feel like I had a little screen with his Tranquils, just so we know when they're together and not together.
Are you trying to get fired again, B-Cop? It's just like very difficult to keep an eye, like implement the technology right now during the cast. Like you're getting production extra work. He'll drop the Observer Ward, but it's gonna get denied. I think it's in the range of Sentry.
So we're maybe taking a step to potentially deny that, but just like they did before, they were able to deny a ward pretty quickly after the placement. So gold's coming in, Boxy getting that 125 gold, and it's always good gold. Entity ward, pretty much prefer. of holding them back, but once that's on cooldown, like, it's free reign.
It really is. Duraccio also getting levels. Like, both carriers kind of want to do the similar thing. They don't want to join early on. They want to hit the creeps, plant the one hero who can sustain, get some XP from there. This is going to be Dazzle versus Rubik. Not two best heroes we've seen. Treant Protector, Wyvern. Heroes that can soak up some damage and also be very elusive, very difficult to kill, hiding in the trees, while the carries are doing stuff in the jungle. By stuff, I mean being completely off the map. Nisha, Meteor Hammer done.
5-second Meteor Hammer. I've heard this is all the rage, and I'm ready to see why, that's for sure.
I'm fine with this. I'm definitely fine with adding some new stuff. It might get boring. This is like when Viper gets, again, popular, or Necroforce. Like, hell yeah, give him that Reaper sight, give him that toxic environment in the laning stage. It's very good for, I'd say, a couple of weeks, but then it gets kind of boring. The first rotation from Tofu, gotta make stuff happen. DD, gotta get this spell.
Yeah, good tornado to stop that. They're still moving forward, and all the one's gonna drop down into win! It's more than enough with Xenia coming in to get that kill onto the puck. Goes in a little bit too far in that level 2 in the Shadow Wave.
Also getting extra damage from the illusions that Boxy picked up from the Shadow Wave. That's pretty crucial. And Boxy, he has like 600 APM at the moment. Still disassembling his Tranquil Boots. I think Milan was the first player that I saw doing it back in 2022. And he kept doing it all the time, just getting the full value.
This is something that would, if I tried to do it, and would be accidental.
You would do it once.
No,
That's it. You would get it, or you would get another Tranquil Boots.
Drop my items by accident and like get them denied. I have no faith in my mechanical skills.
I think you need to pay attention to the game because it's gonna take you like 5 minutes to figure things out how it actually works.
Okay, unlock, 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 disassemble.
I'm just kidding, pick up. Also to talk about the matchup, we see Mickey farming underneath the tower, still not pushed out of the lane, and he's level 7, which is pretty impressive. That's why that one kill that they got from the bottom lane, he also got one of the last hits. Does have a lot of mana to sustain with. Raindrop, Falcon Blade, plus Tumbler's Toy.
He has Dream Coil again, but these heroes just hiding under the trees. They looking to make something happen. Another Shadow Wave. Gotta be fearful. Nisha's just free to do whatever he wants in this mid lane now, and he's probably gonna just drop another Meteor Hammer onto the tower. And this tier 1 is just about gone. Yeah, never mind, it's not just about, it is. It's a very quick tower take, and Celery just running for Boxy, who's been saying repetitively how well he's doing in this game.
Yeah, he's been really on point, but Boxy tried to go for a solo kill. After all, it's not a core primal beast, as we mentioned. Nisha could find it. Yeah, could definitely. Like, all you need is pretty much a BKB or a Blink Dagger deciding what you want to go for. Ace,
That's a long
TP. He TP'd back to tier 1 tower, while Quinn TP'd first.
Quinn's coming over. He's got Tofu over the side to maybe give some help. You want to feed your Boxy. Dream Coil with the Avalanche running on the 2 of these heroes. Ace back in the fight, but they're not going to go after this Dream Coil was placed down. Not exactly getting anything out of that.
If Ace dies there, this is pretty big. Yeah, this becomes even material. This goes on Reddit for sure.
TPing to the tower, long TP, take a lot of damage, walk right in and die.
Nisha trying to find something.
2. Start getting those
For a
charges.
full backstab, he would definitely love to get a kill on Ace. First exorcism was used, not much damage was done, because Terrorblade was there, level 7, as we mentioned. And also, he doesn't care too much about Exo, right now sitting at 20 armor.
Yeah, 11 minutes, 20 armor. That definitely seems really...
like balance.
Yeah, as the French would say. So, he just goes back into the jungle. That's prize.
Middle tower is
But
under
right
attack.
now, look at that Sacred Relic Talisman combination coming in.
I love what I'm seeing. This is new tech that I saw in some of the pubs when you play against carry.
So long.
Yeah, illusion carries. It's reduced. Like, the cost has been reduced by 350.
That is, that makes it S tier, right?
Most definitely. It's like Radiant's burn damage is not as good as it was before, considering like how Dota developed. But I think it's more about the best chance.
Onslaught EMP drop down. Ranchio gets up on the high ground of the steps. Nisha's been everywhere. He is really putting the pressure on to all three lanes. And when you've already got the tier 1 tower down over mid, you're kind of free to do that.
I think I know why Invokers are going for Meteor Hammer. You have Chaos Meteor, and then you upgrade with the shards. You have 2 extra, you build a Meteor Hammer, so you have 4 of them. Like Meteor Shower, pretty much.
Looking to take out some meteors dropping down.
4 boxes. Boxy is done, so.
Quinn getting that kill on Insania. Meanwhile, up top, Botsy getting a kill on Celery. They're also looking at Durachio once again. He is not safe in this jungle at all. You can just see, like, it just feels like he farms so well with this Meteor Hammer. There's so much about it that just, that couple of changes have really just improved the item. Zai's just going to take the tier 1 top. Gaimin Gladiators, despite the fact that they're up 2k in the net worth, like, it feels like they're losing a lot of their map.
They are. They just lost 2 towers. When it comes down to their tower damage, 3 heroes don't deal much. Nagasaran also needs items. It's mostly going to be about the death profit. So Ace took down the bottom tower, does have Mac going into Guardian Greaves, which is no surprise. It's still a great item. It got nerfed, the region got nerfed, the armor got nerfed once you drop down the threshold. So still going to be picked up on most of the offlaners.
Changes coming in, and I feel like we'll probably still see that item. Decent. Nisha still lurking, still looking. Maybe gonna find Ace as lines are starting to intersect, but just a little bit slow on getting down there. So Ace will be free to leave. He'll be free to come back too. He's got that mech. I think he has the Guardian Greaves flying out, still working. That Radiance there. He is the Terrorblade and Primal Beast going for drums. Like maybe there's a Boots of Mary in the future. Foxy with the waiting unit over the side, maybe trying to throw in an avalanche. Got the Juice Foil onto 2, the pulverizing, the damage is in. The copy on a Meteor. Meteor Hammer lands on the Tofu. On the other side, Zai's coming in. Soul Assumption hits on the Tofu. They've got the Guardian Greaves, which are really popped by Ace. Losing touch thrown over by Insania as well as a tornado that comes in and lands. Feel much of anything.
Yeah, that Guardian Greaves came in very clutch. So we're gonna hit Boxy. Boxy went in. He's tanky, but not as tanky. He needs some kind of a backup. Maybe Dazzle with the Shallow Grave sitting behind him to get another round of the spells potentially. There are 2 really good neutral items that you can pick up on Prime Beast. I'll hold that thought.
And they're trying to go in on this message on the EXO, but they've got the onslaught of Foxy coming in once again, and that's a song.
Bit of an anti-combo here.
Is it a TP or is it a re-engage? Because they've got Tofu and Celery coming into the fight. Nisha's also here.
Like another EXO that they're not going to get any value from this. They also used Song during the EXO, so gotta be careful about that one. Maybe they thought if Tiny gets close, we'll be able to burst someone, toss him backwards, and then try to isolate him. I talked about the neutral items of Primal Beast. Tumbler Store is the one, Big Fold is the other. We gives you extra speed, so you can chase down. That front in. He's like dodging.
Gets the Pulverized Dream Coil, Meteor Hammer. Binding onto Quinn, but he gets the Illusory Orb off and is able to jaunt away.
They really don't have much control for this puck. That's one of the downsides of Team Liquid's route. They need to be able to get in with the Primal Beast, maybe use like Tornado to try to set things up, time it perfectly, but it's going to be very difficult, I would say.
Onslaught. Hit by this trample. Pop the Manta style, start to walk away. Don't have Dream Coil available on Quinn, so they can really re-engage on and battle the supports, but Ace kind of coming in and ties on that one and putting in a little bit more damage up towards top if they do end up fighting. Tornado avoiding, Quinn stores that double damage. Top lane, they are going to go in. They dump the toss, it's on to Zai. Look to get the kill, but they've got Shallow Grave, so Zai's going to survive a little bit longer and be able to TP out. They'll go after Insania, the chase is on from Ace.
1 charges, he's going to be probably okay.
Shadow Wave.
Did not want to pop it. He had another Spirit Siphon, so never mind that.
Yeah, you're probably dead anyway, right? Keep the charges for another day.
Why does Quinn have double damage every single time I click on him? This is the 3rd time.
Yeah.
And I'm not even counting. Could have been a 4th.
The numbers numbers game is up there for the double damage. There was that one game we had Tour 1 where only was double damage.
Every second half was beating
Nisha from the side, and they're going to try and get the skill to hit. They get the onslaught. They have the control with Pulverize, and Nisha gets credit for the kill there onto the puck. They combine as a trio to get that kill. Eyes forming away.
Now having a full spirit vessel, that's going to be a great item against Net Profit. I mean, she does have a way of dispelling things with the Guardian Grease. Not sure if he wants to pop it immediately to get rid of it. But definitely a great pickup for Nisha.
Of items looked at and or being picked up. Heart next for Naga Siren after the Manta style.
Seen different builds on Naga Siren. Like, I'd say 3 months ago, everybody was going for the same item build, the Manta style into Orchid, then you start being more active. I've seen Manta style into Mage Slayer recently during the Major, like quite a lot, where you also will like want to take a fight that does tank up both you and the illusions, but there's also like, if you feel like you don't want to take a fight, you can go for this Hardening Harass, just to be more tanky, because Team Liquid's damage, like they don't have that much. If he gets that hard, he should be able to get the song off. I don't think they can nurse him down from 100 to 0.
Yeah, it just comes to question what the Naga Siren's doing other than surviving, right? Like, sometimes I feel like I watch Naga Siren games and they just kind of exist. And CS is a number that just goes up.
There were a couple of games during the Major where, I mean, everybody pretty much experienced it in their own pubs as well, where your Naga Siren is 0-0-0. You're losing, but this time around it's fine. Horacio doesn't need to join. He's the most farm hero on the map by quite a lot, and also rest of the team is doing pretty well. Gaimin Gladiators, they're playing the map extremely well right now. Insania could be in a bit of a trouble, but senses something is off.
Horacio gonna go behind the two-point tower here. The same with Waiting Rift. That's a quick blow up of Insania. And the team comes to Nisha with a Tornado landing on an ace as well as Horacio, but they go to the Exorcism, and maybe this is the one that finally nets them a tower. And that looking like they're going to grab it. Boxy maybe setting up for some sort of onslaught combo. They do Zai up top, so exactly what they would go for, but they are just posturing like they make. Listen, it's a little bit surprising considering the fact that the map for Gaimin Gladiators was so shrunken, shrunk, I'm not really sure, but early on with the tier 1 towers going down, they're able to get such a lead like this.
Gaimin Gladiators are all over the place pretty much. These couple of rotations that look good for Team Liquid, they did the towers, but it comes down to also Terrorblade wanting to farm a really big item. Now that the Radiance is complete, Team Liquid, they're going to strike. They're going to go inside the Roach Pit, use this information that there is no exo available, and they will take it. I don't see Naga Siren being close enough to use Song. Wow.
Yeah. Just kind of for free. Is that significant there when you're thinking about Gaimin Gladiators and their strategy? Like, when you see like Ursa lineups, they desperately want that first Aegis, but it's not getting an Aegis here that bad for Gaimin Gladiators.
No way. Puck has another double damage.
Okay. Do other power rooms exist?
There is one, some random one that is not DD, and then DD spawns again.
It's every other. Patch percentage, unwritten change, 100% double damage all the time.
Man, pops are gonna be very good in the next month, I would say. Radiance on Terrorblade, Meteor Hammers everywhere. It's gonna be very enjoyable.
Thinking about Meteor Hammer, and I feel like the only person who doesn't like the changes, OG pickers. It happens quicker, but they still need to learn to count.
They have to, like, relearn how to count.
Avalanche toss up into the air onto Zai with Rip Swarm coming in. Zai taking a lot of damage on the run. Bringing it over to Mickey, who uses that Sunder to put him back to full health. But now the Song, the Siren, right on top of the Terrorblade. There's 3 heroes here that are hit by the Song. Doesn't really look like it. Shell Ring is on Mickey very early. Drew flows down onto the Savior, looking to drop off the dazzle. They'll lose the Aegis here on Terrorblade to start. Place on a queen, but he doesn't quite care. They're going to go again. Hurts the Terrorblade. Avalanche toss comes in to get the kill to box and Mickey. Telekinesis lands into Nisha. He's trying to get out, but the Soul Pulverize lifts him up into the air, and they'll get the kill onto the Invoker as well. Whoa, boy. Gaimin Gaimin Gladiators coming up millhouse on that fight.
It looked good. It looked really good. You know, save your body. We experienced it, pretty much everyone. Look at the damage coming up from Terribly. And then Radiance during the song. I think he dealt most damage during the song. And having that Radiance, he's also super tanky. Just Falcon Blade has a pupil's gift. We're gonna see the replay again. So looks very cool. They saved Zai with the Sunder for a brief moment. He still dies in the end, I believe. But they don't have meta. I think that's a big one.
And it just makes Mickey kind of vulnerable, right? Like he uses this Sunder. Look at where his health is at. They know he's close, so immediately into the song, right? Know you're gonna lock him up, even though he's got the Aegis. If he's not gonna have meta, he's not gonna really do much damage. The one thing that I noticed too is Foxy's gonna come in here with an onslaught that kind of bumps him up into the air too off the Aegis respawn.
And you're also fighting into Nagasari Illusions. They are paid very big. He does have part of the Raz that we talked about.
Avalanche toss. They've got the siphon onto this final beast, and they'll get killing a box.
Gaimin Gladiators, they seem to be in a full control of this game. Even though they lost Roshan, after using that Exo, they're still doing a lot of stuff on the map.
Esportsbet.io odds showing up on your screen. 1.08 for Gaimin Gladiators. Those are some heavy favorite odds. And I don't want to say it's impossible for them. Just take a look at the Valentina Shevchenko against Alexa Grasso fight that happened last weekend, and those were the same odds.
What? Yeah, that tennis match was really intense.
Oh, well, you know, those are for the few fans that are out there.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Nisha, he's going to be one minute long.
Yeah, Samuel's could have thrown in by Ace. Pokemon still on a celery. They get some of these in the air. The shallow breathe, but it's going to be enough to save this Invoker. It's not looking likely. They go to the song. They've got the crit time. On to Nisha. Get the kill with the Invoker out of the fight. This is looking bad for the Primal Beast. They'll take out Foxy, the illusory orb, getting out of one of these heroes. It's Zai, but they're not going to try to go. They still want to go. Flame Avalanche on the two. Toss up in the air. It's not a big game. And they get the kill here off the tempo. Gets the Sunder off. Zai just as holding a little bit of help. They've got the damage. Another shallow grip. It's not really going to help out Mickey. He's inevitably dead in this fight, and he'll finally fall. They still want Zai. They still want this Visage. And Queen's going to go in and finish him off if they get the kill on Insignia. They've got the Crit Swarm. They'll have the finishing call. And a full team wipe here for Gaimin Gladiators.
Gaimin Gladiators, they're so good at team fighting. I think in this one, it's also going to be some insane amount of damage coming out from Terrorblade. Yeah, 3.8k damage done by him compared to like Puck 5.4, which is still impressive. He stays in the fight for a very long time with that Sunder on the illusion, with the shallow game from Dazzle, but it's still not enough. Like, their damage is very limited. Like, Dazzle doesn't deal damage. He does have this short... Yeah, it's just not enough. And it's also Broker with no extra, only 2 points in it, so you need to land the combo. Sit in there while you're trying to channel the Meteor Hammer for 2 seconds. If that Prophet locks onto you with the Spirit Siphon and Exo, you need to run away. And I'm not even sure if you can.
So we'll take a look at the Dota Plus win probability. 14% for Liquid.
Pretty generous, I would say.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. It just... You know, you talk about how much damage you're doing with Radiance, but making Sunder almost immediately. You go to the shallow grave, and they've got the telekinesis as well. The Silence with no BKB, that's what we need. Another death here for this Invoker. They'll even go to the Exorcism to try and chase Zai and put the damage out on him. They have the snare that lets you drop you. They also go to Boxy, that's Quinn, off to the side, getting a kill onto his support, while they'll take care of this Visage and get themselves 3.
Karachi is understanding when he needs to join the fight. I mean, throughout the major, throughout the previous DPC and this one, he's sitting at 0 deaths. His itemization was on point. If he gets some like different item, he's not gonna be as tanky. Understanding like what item needs to be purchased in this type of situation where damage is very limited, and he does have Dragon Scale, so also more armor. I mean, I was going a different direction, but more sieging when it comes down to that. So you'll have Illusion pushing out the waves and towers much easier. I mean, look at where Celery is standing.
Is already forward.
He is, and also holding Sunder. Could be pretty
crucial in that fight over by the outpost. They were killing Zai.
Could be like sacrificial usage of it. You want to burst the enemy carry if he already used the Sunder.
See if he's all right. Onslaught in, telekinesis up in the air. They've got the Sunder. That'll put Boxy down to half health. Ratio trying to chase song. It's on the 4 remaining heroes on the side of Liquid.
Oh
Should
no,
set
this
them
is
up.
gonna be huge.
Maybe they're asking for help, and they're not gonna find it. Avalanche toss comes in with the illusion orb. The Summer's gonna be on the run.